Here at the Givati parking lot excavation, which you can see behind me, we have found a shocking discovery, an amazing discovery, the seal, Bula seal of Nathan Melech. A seal is like your signature, and we're gonna look here at this excavation, his seal, written in the Bible in 2 Kings 23, verse 3, his chambers. Okay, his chambers are here in this excavation. Okay, here we are at the parking lot excavation site. Behind, you can see the wall, and let's take a quick walk over to the City of David Museum to give us a vantage point on where we are. All right, right there, that's the City of David Museum. All right, so this is just giving us a good idea of like how close this is. You know, look at this. We're right here. Bang. City of David Museum. Okay, and let's take a look at, let's walk through and take a look at some of the sites here. It's an amazing place. All right, here we have some of the other seals and bulas. Okay, this one we've shown you, the half shekel examples here. But let's continue our walk and show you how close we are to the Kidron Valley down below. And here we are. All right, let's read what the Bible says. Haha. You can see we're here in 2 Kings 23, verse 9. And in verse 11, we find the owner of the seal. And he took away the horses that the kings of Judah had given to the son. Okay, we know this is Solomon's stables. At the entering of the... Now, pay attention. At the entering in at the house of the Lord, by the chamber of Nathan Melech. Okay, so we have a chamber by the house of the Lord. Okay, Nathan Melech, the chamberlain, which was in the suburbs. Watch this. This word suburbs, okay, is in the Hebrew Parvar or Parbar. Now, we're just reading the Bible here, guys. Parvar, a foreign, it's a quarter of Jerusalem called Parbar or suburb. Now, you can see it's used 3 times. It's used right here, where we are in 2 Kings 23, and see how it says at the entering in at the house of the Lord. Okay, the chamber of Nathan Melech, which is in the Parvar. It's a structure or building attached to the west side of Solomon's temple. Let me say that again. It's right there. It says it, a chamber of Nathan Melech, the chamberlain. Okay, this is part of a structure or building attached to the west side of Solomon's temple. We actually just found the west location of the temple. Now, what we can do, now let's find where this is used. See, search for, now we're searching for the examples of Strong's Concordance 6503 used in the Bible. This is the first example. The next we see, the only other place this is in the Bible is 1 Chronicles 26 verse 18. Let's go there. When we go here, we can see 1 Chronicles 26. These are the porters around the temple in each position. Let's backtrack just a little bit so you can see the context. They cast lots according to the house of their fathers, the east lot. Okay, so you have east. Okay, cast his lots to the north, Obed-Edom's house. To the west, okay, eastward were 6 Levites. Okay, north were 4. south 4. Then it says, at Parbar, westward 4 at the causeway, 2 at Parbar. These are the porters that are around the temple. North, south, east, and west. In the west, Parbar is actually where we found the Givati parking lot excavation. Guys, this is shocking information. I mean, I don't even know what to say. We actually have evidence of a physical location from the first temple. I mean, do you understand that? Do you see that? I'm just astonished, guys. This is amazing. Okay. So let's look at the article and read the information that they're releasing, because there is more to it than just an archaeological discovery. Guys, there's a reason, there's a prophetic message behind when a seal is released, when a piece of evidence is released. We're here in the city of David, and the amount of destruction that Jerusalem has had, there's very little that we can use as actual physical evidence, right? Books and different things. They're all destroyed. But what we do have is bulla. A bulla is a seal. Okay, so if you wrote something as a document, instead of signing your name, you would have a seal. You know, like a seal, and you would emboss your name on the document. So the kings had seal, the nobles had seals. And we have a seal of a person, of his actual chamber, that is west in the temple. Staggering. All right, to reorient ourselves once again, the Givati parking lot excavation here. And here as we turn, this is the Dung Gate. And the entrance on the Dung Gate, then the Alaska Mosque is there, and the Western Wall just next to it. All right, let's orient ourselves, guys. This wall here, where you see the person in the yellow in that fence, it's going around this corner. My finger, okay, all that. Behind that is the Givati excavation. Up in the distance, behind this tree, that's Mount Zion. Okay, up here is the Jewish quarter. All right, so let's maintain that. All right, and then if we turn, there's Alaska Mosque, the southern portion of the Temple Mount. And guys, just here, not these exact rooms, but just here in this area called the Ophel, the Hezekiah and Isaiah seals were also discovered. I'll put links in the description field to describe what we're talking about. Guys, this is amazing. You know, this is amazing. We're really getting close here, guys. This is the Suleiman Wall here, but this is the Givati parking lot, guys, right there. We have right here at the west, okay, it said the west, Parbar was west. All right, we're walking west. We're facing west. I mean, what this is saying is that the temple is over here. It's right here. All right, guys, here we go. These are the photos of a slideshow of the Givati excavation. Here we can see it. And here is the bulla. Here is the seal. There's two here that we'll read about. The main one we're concerned with is Nathan Melech. Okay, and this is the article, as you can see, Times of Israel. And what we can see here, two minuscule 2,600-year-old inscriptions recently uncovered in the city of David, Givati parking lot excavation, are vastly enlarged in understanding the ancient Jerusalem in the 8th century BC. The two inscriptions in Paleo-Hebrew writing were found separately in a large First Temple structure Let's say that again. They were found separately in a large first temple structure within the span of a few weeks of a long-term team. Okay? One is bluish agate stone seal belonging to Ikar, son of Netanyahu. The other is a clay seal impression belonging to Nathan Melech, servant of the king. And he's named in 2 Kings, as we've read to you before. This burnt clay impression is the first archaeological evidence of the biblical name Nathan Melech. The inscriptions are not just another discovery, said the archaeologists, but rather it paints a much larger picture of the era of Jerusalem. And of course, we have to look at this. Is it, guys? This is the seal. This is amazing. I'm just astounded. What is important is not just that they found it in Jerusalem, but they found inside their true archaeological context. Now, guys, we're under the impression that what they're saying is true. We're under the impression that this is actually from the Givati parking lot. The only thing we can go by is this information, guys. But these are seal impressions, okay, that we can find everywhere. But this one is specific to its location. Now, their focus is, look, a large 2-story first temple structure that archaeologists have pegged as an administrative center. It's called Parbar, guys. It's right there in the scriptures. It is not a coincidence that the seal and seal impressions are found here. It is not a coincidence that they're saying. Okay? And let's see if this will play. It's a little bit of a video, I believe, on this. But this is BCE, City of David, becomes a central administrative center of Jerusalem and the newly unearthed 2-story public building construction with finely cut ashlar stones shows illustrations of the beginning of the westward move of the administration. Now that's westward. Remember, we saw, I don't know if that's going to play. We don't need it. The multi-room structure bears clear signs of the destruction of the 6th century BCE of the Babylonians, okay, and the pottery shards and everything else bear witness to that. All right, there's another one here, and for time's sake, guys, we're not going to get into that. We're just going to focus on Nathan Melech. Okay, guys, here we are. These are the present Suleiman walls. And right here is the Givati parking lot, excavation. Okay, you see those walls there? That's the road going down to the city of David. Okay, see all these walls in the perimeter, and that is all the excavation site. All right, we got Mount of Olives up here. Here's the Western Wall, Dome of the Rock, okay, and going down the City of David. All right, so the City of David Museum, all right, that's right here. Okay, this is the top of it here. This is all the City of David Museum. And here's the parking lot. It's not a parking lot now, it's the dig site. Okay, what do we learn about this story? What is this story telling us about this bulla, this seal? Nathan Melech. Nathan is to give, Melech is king. And it's like the king is giving us insight, okay? Now, in order to find that insight, we have to go into the context, the one place in the Bible this person exists. So, it's in 2 Kings chapter 23. But let's take a little step back and understand the context of these various chapters here. What you have is apostasy throughout the land of Israel after Solomon. And you may not know this or even believe this story, but it's shocking. The children of Israel built 2 golden calves again. Just like in the Exodus story, okay, they had a golden calf in Mount Sinai, right? Well, they did it again. Solomon's very son, Jeroboam, okay, the nation is split into 10 tribes in the north, and then Benjamin, Judah, Levi in the south. Okay, so the northern kingdom actually had 2 places where they set up a golden calf in each place. Shocking, okay? And so not just there, but all over the place, there's high places and idols and all these things. And so God prophesied that there would be a great king to rise up to cleanse the temple, cleanse the area, okay? And that's what we have the context of King Josiah in these chapters, 22, 23, 24, about cleansing the area, okay? And that brings us to these verses here, where he's taking all the high places, taking them and burning them in the Kidron Valley. It's right here. I'm looking at it right now, okay? And these altars. So let's read again where it talks about Nathan Melech, okay? And he took away the horses and the kings of Judah, the son of the entering in of the house of the Lord. And by the chamber of Nathan Melech was the Parbar. Okay, that was the Parbar. It was just over there, okay? And the altars which are in the upper chambers of Ahaz and the kings, okay? And so he goes on to describe the destruction of all these places, okay? And verse 15 brings us to the actual altar of one of the golden calves. It's in verse 15. Moreover, the altar that was in Bethel. Bethel is one of the places they set up a golden calf, guys. And the high place which Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin, both the altar and the high place, he broke down and stamped it into powder. So he actually did the same thing as Moses. He took their golden calf altar and their idol and pounded it into dust. He scattered it over the bones, he burnt it in various altars, and he threw it in the Kidron Valley. Okay? So what is the significance of this golden calf, guys? I don't know if you know this. I'm going to have to do a whole message. I don't know if you know what the red heifer offering is about. The red heifer is an offering that is to cleanse from the golden calf. Okay, the golden calf incident. Okay, why was this instituted in Numbers chapter 19? I'm going to have a whole other video on this. Just be patient, all right? But the red heifer was instituted because of this golden calf incident, okay? And it was a memorial because they would do it again. The Most High knew they would set up a golden calf a second time. They did it again. So now, we have the king, okay, given of the king, cleansing the temple, okay? And then he continues to cleanse, and institutes the word of God. Actually, let's read a little bit more about Josiah. He spied out all the tombs and everything. The tombs are just here of the kings of Judah. And there's a prophecy of a man of God. He's not named, but he prophesied about this altar in Bethel. Okay, so they talk about that and the bones and Samaria. All this is in the north, okay? Actually, Bethel is just to the north. And then there's another one that's in Dan. So there's 2 golden calves, one in Bethel, one in Dan, okay? Let's also be clear on that, because I've actually shown you the one in Dan in a previous video, which I'll make a link of. But let's go to verse 21. And the king commanded all the people, saying, keep the Passover unto the Lord as it's written in the book of the covenant. Guys, yesterday was Passover. They found this seal during the Passover season. Not only that, they released this information just a few days ahead of Passover. You say, gee, Leland, the Passover is not until... No, look, this is the Enoch calendar. This is the Passover. We told you, the prophetic Passover. Okay, these things are happening, guys. So Josiah keeps the Passover. So it's the Passover season, okay? And so what is he doing? Leading into Passover, he's cleansing the temple. He's getting rid of the leaven, guys. That's what's happening, all right? And that's exactly what this story teaches us about King Josiah. Okay, nice Byzantine tiles. Nicely preserved floor. So guys, that concludes it here at the Givati parking lot excavation. The seal of Nathan Melech, okay, it was found here. It has great prophetic significance as it relates to the time what we're in. Passover, the red heifer, okay. His seal at that time of the restoration that Josiah was doing. Now in our day, the restoration is taking place again for the coming Messiah. And the stones are crying out. So please watch the playlist on the true temple location. Shocking, shocking evidence here. Thank you and God bless you.